All right, then it's time for the book club. Brandon, take it. Wait, it's me. Sorry. So yeah, I picked The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina because the TV show is coming out and it's kind of the end of Halloween, the end of October.
I miss you.
How Netflix original of you.
Right? So this is a book I kind of picked up on a whim. Like I heard really good things about Afterlife with Archie, which is a book I also have, but I haven't read it yet. And I figured it'd be a good chance to check out Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. What'd you guys think of this one? Let's get into it. Sparks, you go first instead of watching Ryan yawn.
I was yawning.
No,
sorry.
I thought he was going to go first. I liked it. It was real neat.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did.
Ryan?
Yeah, I thought it was fun. After now watching 2 episodes, like, it's nice to. I don't want to talk about the show. I'm going to talk about the show. The comic book was real good. I really enjoy learning about the Satan's club and like everybody loves Satan. They're all so nice and sweet, but they also love Satan. Hail Satan!
It's I actually think the book works better than the show.
Yeah.
Having not seen the full show, admittedly, from what I've seen
it's
of
only
the
one
show,
episode.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting about the show is that it feels like they picked up classic Sabrina and plopped her into a horror show. Whereas this feels like we've reinvented Sabrina. We started from the ground up and we've done more. We've just kind of twisted it on its head and done more of a horror type thing.
I'll tell you one thing that I like in the show more than the comic.
Yeah.
And that's that she was already with Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
do
like
that.
in the comic that it's kind of so it doesn't make me believe how important they are to each other.
Yeah, because she'd put like a love spell on him.
Right. Whereas in the show, I'm like immediately like, oh, okay, this has been going on.
Yeah. Ryan, in the trade, you didn't read the trade, right? You read a digital copy?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the trade, he says, he said, I wanted to make a companion series to Afterlife with Archie with Sabrina the Teenage Witch. If Afterlife was my love letter to Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, I said Sabrina would be my love letter to Sandman.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I get that.
I figured you would understand it more than I've read Sandman. So.
Okay. I should read Afterlife with Archie if it's supposed to be Swamp Thing,
right?
Jeez.
Apparently, Afterlife with Archie is like super Lovecraftian horror with zombies and things like that.
I only ever saw it was just like
a lot of what I heard
of
Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was actually from Afterlife with Archie. Speaking of Archie, they show up. The Riverdale gang show up in this, and
Betty
I thought that
and
was
Veronica
really cool.
are witches.
I did not. I was like,
yeah.
Is that Betty? Okay, so I only read 2 issues.
They never say it. They
No,
never
they don't.
mention them by name. But yeah, they summon Madam Satan.
They don't.
They say your name.
In the first issue, they don't.
Oh no!
Okay.
In the
when
first
they
issue,
show
we
up
see
more,
them,
yeah,
but
yeah.
when we see them come back, and I think issue 4, then it's like Betty and Veronica, and we see
all
Archie
the Riverdale
and
kids
Jughead
come and help
all
search
them.
for a missing boy.
Who? Yeah, Harvey is brutally murdered.
Oh,
My God.
poor boy.
I'm jumping out of these 5
Yeah, we
issues.
jump all
but no, I'm jumping ahead out
Oh,
of these 5
you-
issues.
you
But
read-
it's a
you read
small
through 8.
thing, just so you know. There is this moment where Sabrina passes Jughead.
Yeah.
And when she passes Jughead, she sees this alternate reality of the two of them, and it's from Afterlife with Archie.
Oh, that's
but it's
really
not
rad.
their reality, and she recognizes it as a different reality for a split second.
That's rad.
That's cool.
But she thinks she's just hallucinating.
Because in Afterlife with Archie, she resurrects Jughead's dog and starts the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
and Jughead becomes a zombie. And, but in this, it's set in the past. It's set in the 60s.
Yeah.
And we see Sabrina newly arrived to Greendale. Greendale, isn't that the school and community?
Yes.
That's funny. Greendale Community College. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it works really well. I like Salem a lot in it. I think he's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What's his Ambrose?
Ambrose is fun.
Ambrose is fun. His familiars.
I love his familiars.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun.
The snake. Oh,
Naga and
Nagini.
Probably.
It's like
the same-
Nagana.
it's the same root that Nagini is. It's like Naga and Nagana or something like that. Or Nag and Nagana.
Yeah, I think it's
something like
Nag.
They're fun. It's all like the first couple issues are leading up to what I like is we see Sabrina kind of like, I'm gonna give myself to Satan. That's just my life. I'm just gonna give myself to Satan.
She was born into it.
It's horrifying what they did to her mother and father.
Yeah.
You just see her. I wonder if Edward's gonna come back. stuck in a tree.
Yeah.
Just dead in a tree.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, but Edward's a real dick too.
He is.
So I think
he's a
he got
real
what was
dick.
coming to him more than the mom. That poor mom.
And you know more than we do.
The next issue is all Edward's story.
Yeah.
Prior to
Is he still a
him-
dick though?
Huh?
Is he still a dick though?
Oh, massively.
Okay, good.
Massively.
So Madam Satan, who's actually a character from Archie's past, was brought into this book. It kind of takes the place of a different character in Sabrina's past. And she was Edward's scorned lover, and because Edward wanted to have a child with a mortal and create Sabrina, and we don't know too much about the history because the book was meant to continue, and supposedly issue 9 will come out
In 10 years.
but
issue 6 tells you a lot about it.
does it? Okay,
Yes.
that's cool.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's telling you Edward's
so
story.
Madam Satan was Edward's first lover, and then he's like, "Listen, I'm dumping you, and I'm going to marry this mortal woman so we can have basically the Antichrist."
And so she jumps into a pit of
cavern of
hungry
lions.
lions.
yeah, she just kills herself because she killed herself.
And I'm going to tell you right now, because I don't think this is a massive spoiler. You see Edward reliving that moment in issue 6, and he's just bored.
Oh no!
As
He
he
just doesn't
watches
care.
her get mauled to death, he's just bored.
I've seen beta suicides.
It's so the artist is a first time interior artist. He was just doing covers for Afterlife with Archie. Robert Hack.
It's good.
What a hack.
I think he certainly gets better.
Yeah.
As you start at first, it starts off a little stiff because he's only into interior. It's the first time doing.
But then
interiors.
the real gross stuff starts.
But then
happening.
it really starts getting
Yeah.
into it, and it feels very psychedelic, and
Yeah.
it feels very ethereal. Like when you see, it feels like the blood is actually on top of her.
Yeah.
Um.
I love the design of Madam Satan's face.
Yeah.
She got skulls
I think
for
that's really
eyes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
When
pretty
she's
cool.
trying to seduce Harvey.
Yeah.
Is really creepy. The trial when she gets Betty and Veronica to be like, they did what Sentry did with Doctor Strange in Donny Cates's Doctor Strange run.
What?
Where put your hand in this cauldron and then Veronica's hand gets burned or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, or Betty's hand gets burned. They did that with Doctor Strange, where Doctor Strange had this whole thing where it's like if he uses magic, it would like come back on and hurt him. And so Sentry would like sit in that place and be like, nothing's gonna hurt me.
Oh, like he takes the pain. Yeah,
he takes
okay,
the pain, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if I had a complaint, and part of this I think does come from like having watched 2 episodes of the show before I read this, but I feel like in the comic Sabrina is one of the least interesting characters to follow.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I get
Whereas
that.
in the show, I'm very interested in what's going on with her.
I think the actress is great.
I not only that, I think the conflict between mortal and witch is better in the show.
It doesn't feel like
as
there
a
is
concept, but that's
it doesn't
because
feel like there is a conflict in this.
right, because they give her these friends and this history and this history with Harvey and everything, and so you feel like there's a strong connection to the mortal life for her.
Yeah.
Whereas in the comic, I feel like a lot of interesting things and characters are happening, but Sabrina's not really one of them.
Yeah, I
Man,
agree with that. Like
Harvey's
everything's
death is
happening around
really,
her.
It's really messed up.
Yeah, it's real good. I didn't fully expect it either.
No, neither did I.
No,
it
neither
came
did
out
I.
of nowhere. Especially because I looked in the back of the issue. I looked at the back of the page for whatever reason, and I see he's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's not gonna. What?
Right.
There's a who gets spooked by a giant spider in this one?
Oh, it was a little girl who was making fun of Sabrina, calling her a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Because,
Zelda turns in-
it-
Hilda
basically
turns
the
into a giant
representation of the
spider.
three girls picking on her in that first episode is then this one girl telling lies about her parents and so on. Hilda is like, I'm gonna go mess her
Oh,
up.
it's Hilda who does it. Yeah,
Yeah,
she turns into a
yeah.
giant spider. There's something happens like that in episode 2 that works really well. I think.
Yes.
I was
I
like,
like-
oh, I can see where they're.
I like
Picking
the
and choosing?
in the show, like the Academy of the Unseen is just like where Sabrina was before she was transferred to Greendale High.
right.
Because Zelda was like, oh yeah, public education is better. You can learn whatever you want from being a witch from us.
Yeah.
And I like the ants a lot in the book.
Ooh, let's go to this mortuary. We'll never have to buy food again.
Right.
Yeah.
So
well,
are they undead? Do they eat human beings? Is that what?
So there's a really interesting page that I like.
They look
where,
ghoulish.
Where she like sees them as ghouls.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's like she's seeing them for who they truly are.
Yeah.
Do you want to know?
Yes.
Okay, so in the last issue that they've put
Spoilers
out,
for a
issue
10-year-old
8,
comic.
in issue 8, 10-year-old comic.
I over-exaggerate.
In issue 8, Sabrina has a confrontation with the aunts.
Yeah.
And she says, no secrets, no lies. Let's have it out as who we truly are. And they essentially
Oh,
de-glamour into
they're wearing
ghoul-looking
glamours.
Interesting.
creatures. So that is what they actually look like.
Okay, they talk about
Interesting.
glamours in there, like
Yeah.
Sabrina, you should glamour up. Like,
Yeah.
I got white hair.
Yeah,
So
her
they-
hair-
so
white
they-
hair's interesting.
They are at heart truly ghouls.
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
what they look like.
That's pretty cool.
I really, man, it's a bummer that both Afterlife and Sabrina didn't continue.
Yeah.
and
They still say they're making.
they
an
claim
issue
that
9.
they're keeping that Archie horror imprint alive with Jughead, Werewolf, Vampironica,
Yeah, Vampironica. Yeah,
something else. I'm sure.
I love like we see it in the show too. But like, I really love the interpretation of Satan. He's just like a giant goat man.
Yeah, I like
Yes.
I like Satan.
And like oh, you'll spill your blood for me, but will you write your name in the book? And like all the lettering is all black, and like
I do
the
like-
imagery is real strong.
yeah, I do like in. I like Salem a lot in the book because it's Salem. You know, he's talking and he's being a dick.
Yeah.
But he's still trying to protect Sabrina. He still likes Sabrina.
He's like listen, if you want to cuddle or hug me later, I'll be around.
Yeah.
Like he wants to help, but he can't. He's
and
still a
then,
dick.
but in the show, it disappoints me that Salem doesn't talk.
Yeah, that's okay.
But he's a ghoul in the show, but he's not. I don't think he's supposed to be in the book.
No,
No,
he's
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
I know what he is. There's also an issue that's all about his history
Yeah.
and the history of the two snakes.
Is he back to being? Is he a warlock who was cursed to be a cat?
No.
No. So they changed.
He's
that
not
still.
a warlock.
Because in the original Archie comics, Salem was a warlock cursed to be a cat, and
Yeah, in this, like Sabrina says, like, well, you turn into a cat because you tried to summon the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse or something.
yeah, they did. She does say
they mentioned that because like
Yeah.
he tried to bring on the apocalypse and like I got turned into a cat for it or
Yeah.
something.
That's a lie.
Oh, okay,
Just so you know.
Oh, it's a
Interesting.
lie.
It's a lie.
Salem.
interesting. That's
cool.
cool.
Okay,
I want to read. I want to read more.
there's only 3 more. So
Yeah, these the books. Roberto Aguirre-Sacasa sounds like a spell.
well, it was perfect for the show.
Klaatu, Verata, Nikto. It feels like he definitely like talked about it. He wanted these books to go on and on and on and on and on. He has long-term plans for both of them.
Yeah.
And then he got Riverdale, and then he got Chilling Adventures of
I
Sabrina.
don't understand how he went from Afterlife with Archie to Riverdale.
Well, what's interesting?
Maybe he just loves Archie comics so much that
No, but I mean, like, then it turned into like this pseudo-sexual
CW show.
Murder
CW
mystery.
murder mystery,
Yeah.
small, sad ripoff of
And again,
Twin
we haven't
Peaks.
finished it, but he also does the Sabrina show,
Yeah.
and that's leaps and bounds better.
No,
than,
I know, and that's where I'm like, where's the difference in I think what it is that he was taking what he did well here in the comic and making
Yeah.
it a show, and Riverdale is not.
Yeah,
So for those of you who are just kind of confused as to why Archie is doing so many weird things, Archie went through a period where they were like, let's change
Experiment.
things. Let's experiment. So they did Afterlife with Archie, and that did really well for them. So they did Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. which
Jughead,
did-
the hunger is happening right now.
but
where he's a
that was
werewolf.
much later. So I'm talking about like the transition from Archie comics when they killed Archie, canceled Archie. Life with Archie, by the
Oh
way,
wait,
the
that
last
was
issue.
was that before the relaunch with Mark Waid?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So they killed Archie in
Yeah.
a book called Life with Archie. It was the second to last issue.
That's right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best issues I've ever read of anything. I still own that issue. And then that was obviously the end of that series. So then they canceled the proper Archie book, and then they and while they were doing Afterlife with Archie already. Then they did Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Then Mark Waid and Fiona Staples relaunched Archie with a new book.
I bought that
putting
one
in
issue.
the new world, and then Riverdale came from that. Came from that kind of like we're renaissancing Archie. We're changing things around, and it was all of those became incredibly successful for Archie. So I think I don't know why Riverdale ended up with this guy.
Right.
But Riverdale is a byproduct of Afterlife with Archie
Yeah.
existing because it was all a kind of a snowball effect. Afterlife with Archie to Riverdale, it's all connected.
But it's so strange.
It's so strange. It really is.
and that's a terrible show.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode.
That's a terrible show. And then this show is good. don't
Yeah,
know.
I like
What?
Chilling Adventures.
How did this happen?
I don't know, man, but I'm glad we got Sabrina now.
Anything more we wanted to add, or think we're good?
This is a neat comic. I can tell you that if you do read up to issue 8, it is blue ballsing you hard for a cliffhanger. There.
Damn.
So
That's upsetting.
I even though they reference Sandman for this, at the end of issue 5, where Edward Spellman is inside Harvey's body, that gave me a lot of Anton Arcane vibes, where he's inside Abby's husband. It's like, say hello to Uncle, and then he assaults her. So like that's definitely it's weird and gross and weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
It gets weirder and grosser and weirder.
Yeah.
I really like how I really like that reveal that it is Edward Spellman, and I like how the mom kills her husband almost. It looks like
He's not. Yes, he is dead.
yeah, she like bashes him. Is like, it's my son.
Yeah, she splits his skull open.
Yeah.
and
I
then
assume he's
and then it's like, oh hi, I'm not Harvey.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Amado Octavius?
Yeah.
I like I like that reveal a lot, that it's Edward Spellman inside Harvey's body, because
Superior Harvey.
Madam Satan wanted to bring back Edward Spellman, not Harvey, and so she tricked him into.
Yep.
She tricked Veronica and Betty, who I love that are their characters.
Yeah.
They tricked them into doing that. I thought that was really great.
Yeah, I really like the art in this because I like gross, spooky devil stuff.
Yeah.
And some of the demon stuff and like the goat heads and the satanic. I just love just people yelling "Hail Satan!" That just makes me laugh. I think it's so silly.
Oh, thanks, Satan.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
What in
Crazy Dark Lord.
Beelzebub's name are we going to do?
I
Yeah.
like that too. Yeah.
I like the
I-
Dark
stuff.
Book of the Beast and stuff. It's all
Yeah,
cool.
sadly, I only got to read 2 issues, but the 2 issues I did read, especially the stuff with Madam Satan, was that was freaky.
Madam Satine.
Whatever. But it was creepy, and I was bummed that I wasn't able to. I mean, I probably could have finished it, but I had to do stuff. So, I mean, this is one of those books where it's like, you know what? It's one of those remixes, because I always remember Sabrina Teenage Witch from like not the cartoon. Well, the
Melissa
cartoon.
Joan Hart, 90s.
Yeah, the Melissa Joan Hart show and the cartoon.
You see the video where they all watched Chilling Adventures? It was funny.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah.
I want to watch more.
Yeah,
Boy Meets
but-
World crosses over with that Sabrina show.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
Boy Meets World the 90s Archie?
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps.
I'll allow it.
Perhaps.
You're welcome.
But yeah, but my nostalgia for Sabrina is like, oh, everything's fine. I just do know how to do magic, and I'm technically a witch, but I'm not.
the magic
like,
is portrayed very differently in this book.
but I'm not gonna like go like straight up say like, hail Satan, murder someone in cold
Well,
blood.
yeah, like the original Sabrina, it's like whimsical magic. But
Yeah.
this is like satanic rituals.
yeah,
it's
holy
dark
shit.
magic.
All right.
I will say real quick, after reading this, and like, it's kind of, the show is very different, but at the same time, like, it's kind of following the same trajectory.
Sure.
So if it follows this book, I'm really excited to get introduced to some of these other characters and maybe meet like Edward and the mother and like, because like they're not really talked about at all. So I wonder if they're going to ignore all that stuff.
I'm a little bummed that the show is set in modern times.
It doesn't bother me so much.
I like the atmosphere
It doesn't
of setting in the
feel
past.
like
It doesn't.
modern.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's that weird like
Nobody's
it follows
dressed
kind of
like
thing.
it's modern
Right.
times.
Yeah.
By the
We
way,
haven't seen anything that says it's modern.
By the way, the
times.
guy who plays Archie, the guy who plays Harvey, kid from Teen Beach Movie.
Oh,
What movie?
Teen Beach Movie.
I don't know what that is.
Made
Disney
a
Channel
cameo.
original.
Oh.
Made a cameo in Muppets Most Wanted
Oh. Okay.
as the flower boy.
Oh, cool.
Anybody gives a shit?
I have yet to see anything in the show that says this is modern day. I haven't seen a single cell phone.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody dressed or driving anything that looks more modern. I don't necessarily know if it's the 60s, but it doesn't feel.
It could be like the Legion thing, where like it's just it doesn't tell you. when.
I don't.
It's
I
just like
I don't know if it ever will
Yeah.
tell us one way or another, but it doesn't feel modern to
Right.
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it then.
that'll do it.